Hey everybody, welcome back. These are some entitled people getting owned in 10 seconds or less.
Hey, excuse me, I don't consent to being recorded. Can you stop recording me?
Please, no one's recording you. I'm just recording.
Okay, the camera is facing me. You've been recording me for quite a while now, so I don't consent to being recorded.
It's just, you see, the camera is clearly in front of me, and
no,
I'm in the corner.
But it's facing me. I can see that the camera is facing me. Please, stop recording me.
Madam, see,
Maybe the back camera.
I'm explaining to you. I don't even have to explain. It's the camera is facing. I'm literally in the most corner of the corner in the airport.
Sir, if you're gonna keep recording me, I'm gonna call the police.
What police? Are you in charge of the police force? You think you can just call? I can't call the police. You want
Sir,
to
I'm just telling you to please stop recording me, please.
You clearly want to be in front of you. Want come and sit down here. So both of us.
I'm not coming to sit down here. You're being obnoxious. You're being rude. Please stop recording me. I don't consent to being recorded.
How am I being obnoxious? You want to be in the front of the camera, but there's nothing to record. Even if I want to record.
I was gonna say, she's all offended that he's recording her, but it's like, I'm sorry, don't flatter yourself. Don't flatter yourself. I'm not recording you. What makes you think that you are something that people want to record? I mean, now you are. This is getting interesting, you see. But what makes you think that someone would want to record you?
You need something.
Sir, you don't have to be rude. I'm just saying I don't want to be recorded. I will call the police.
You need something to capture. There's nothing to capture.
Do you want me to call the police?
You say I'm obnoxious. You look like someone's great grandmother, but clearly you want to be on the internet. Oh yeah, come.
I don't want to be in your silly internet. Stop recording me.
Madam, don't touch my phone.
Oh, okay. No touching of the private property.
Stop
See, I'm busy because I'm sitting down.
I'm calling the police. I do not consent to be recorded.
Okay, go and call the police. Because I'm sitting down, you look like I am 4 feet or something. I'm very tall. If I stand up like this, I'll jack you up.
Okay, that's where you f***ed up, buddy. We don't want to be threatening anybody, okay? I understand that she's upsetting you. Fair enough. I also feel like that as well. Nice little kick in the caboose, solve this problem. However, don't threaten anybody, ever. If this happens to you, no threatening.
I'm not liable for anything that happens if I get up.
Sir, if I see this video that you posted of me on the internet, I swear I will take legal action.
Madam, if I capture your face and put you on the internet, my phone, my app will crash. All my followers will unfollow me. So it's a very big risk.
So you've been recording me for your followers?
Nobody is recording. You can't even pay me to record you because, like I said, why would anybody take Godzilla and put on their this thing?
Sir, delete right now.
Madam, don't touch my phone. I'm telling you now.
Stop recording me.
Please come and tell
He's not recording you!
Okay. Because I think you want wahala, trouble. Yeah, go and find, I don't know, what class are you flying? Is it a basic economy? Because you're giving go and take your frustration.
Oh, okay. Glug, 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 glug. She doesn't want to be recorded, but who's gonna tell her that you're being recorded pretty much at all times by security cameras, CCTV, at all times, especially in an airport. You think you don't have a footprint? You do.
They're always watching, Wazowski.
When he called her Godzilla, I screamed. Okay, but to be fair, like, I feel like Godzilla would be a cool thing to capture on camera. I don't think that the comparison works in this case. Why doesn't she just walk away? And this is the irony of all of this, is that he actually wasn't recording her. But because she walked up to him, now he is. Now she's on camera, kind of. We can hear her voice. Come and sit, let's record together. Let's film a vlog, bestie. Since you care so much about being on camera.
Excuse me, I am a celebrity. You cannot record me without my consent or the consent of my manager.
Man puts Karen in her place at McDonald's.
McDonald's, okay? And we're at McDonald's, okay? And you'll pay the restaurant in Fresno? Yeah.
But they're unions though. They are unions.
I don't care.
Well, you should care. You should have more respect.
Who are you?
It doesn't matter. You come in here cussing at everybody.
Yeah, because
You should have more respect. They're unions. It doesn't matter.
World star.
McDonald's or down the goddamn street.
Ooh,
You come over here yelling over a goddamn Coke?
Period.
It's the new new world, woman.
I
Wake
live.
the f up. Yeah,
I
wake
do
up.
live.
You come over trying to boast that you make more than them? What kind of is that? What kind of is that?
Hey, you don't like it too bad.
You don't fucking like it. Go around the street. The lady that actually pays people like you.
Oh, sorry.
It's annoying.
Sorry.
Come over here fucking boasting. Look at you. What are you wearing? What are you wearing?
What is
What are you
that
wearing?
background? What is it?
How much does your outfit cost? So why are you
What
making fun of
does it matter what I'm
them? Don't come here and try to degrade people. Okay, yeah, whatever.
Bye. Oh, okay, you had to throw the racial slur in there, didn't you? You just had to just toss that in there. As if you weren't bad enough. I will never understand people that get like so upset over McDonald's. I love a cheeseburger, don't get me wrong. But I don't really think that it warrants this response. It wasn't even a cheeseburger she wanted. She was angry about her Coke. Honestly though, good on you. Good on you for standing up to her. Cause like, there's not a lot of people that would step in when someone's being berated in public. Like everybody kind of just like looks and doesn't want to get involved. Cause she's like quite irate. Like she's like a little, you know, people are like afraid of getting involved. It's like, what would happen? She's obviously crazy. Obviously she's crazy. So you could be putting yourself in danger by inserting yourself in the middle of something like that. So it takes a special kind of person to stand up for somebody in public. The group, whoa, there at the end was golden. Everyone really did clap though. Like, did everyone clap? They did. They actually, well, maybe they didn't clap, but it was, oh, shit.
Damn right.
Yeah, it's like the thing is like you see a worker being berated in public, they can't exactly like stand up for themselves, right? Because they're at work.
The customer is always right.
I feel like that's why people get out of control when it comes to like talking to people in customer service and berating them. It's like, oh, well, you're picking on the person that can't say anything back without losing their job. When he came for her outfit, I was like, whoop-sies. I wish I could judge her outfit from here, but I honestly can't. I honestly can't. You think you're fucking special going to McDonald's to order a Coke. Sweetheart, this ain't the Ritz, it's McDonald's. You the same as everybody else. We're all gonna have poos in the shape of sand dunes after this. All right, we are the same. Also, side note, have y'all ever noticed that like your McDonald's poos? Sorry, is this too much? It might be. I am a little too much sometimes, but like I've just, Mike and I have noticed that like after you eat McDonald's, your like poo is a very odd shape. It's like, it's not like a normal poo. It's like a sand dune poo shape, right? Okay, maybe just us, but like next time you have McDonald's, have a look skis, all right? Take a little gander into the toilet and see if you can see the sand dune. Karen gets arrested because I wasn't being a good cashier. Interesting that she's the one that got arrested, but go on. The story's long, but I promise to write it. Bear with me, please. All the bears are with you. So I used to work as a cashier in a supermarket. This story took place on my 4th day of work there, and my 2nd day working at cash on my own without a supervisor sitting next to me, teaching me the ropes. Yes, I had 2 days of training. I'm sure most of you will figure out which country I live in from the following explanation. It will become relevant later. Supermarkets in my country are a zoo on a regular day. However, Thursdays and Fridays are absolute mayhem at the store and are a special kind of hell. Fridays, the store closes 2 hours before sundown, as do most stores in this country. Okay, so probably Europe. Because I know you ain't in America. They definitely don't do that here. I'm not in America, but like North America. During the winter, this means around 2 o'clock, and in the summer, closer to 4:30. People get crazy on Fridays, trying to get all their shopping done and get home in time to cook dinner. If you can avoid coming to the store on Friday, please do so at all costs. I always told people after this day, the reason Thursdays are hell is because we get all the customers who don't want to come on Friday. Now, this was early evening on a Thursday, at a time when the store is absolutely jam-packed. We had 10 checkout lines open, and every line had at least 6 to 7 people in line. Basically, if you're stuck with a slow cashier, there is nowhere else to go unless you have 10 items or less. Everything is going well until I get a customer with 2 shopping carts full of items. What are you doing? Shopping for the apocalypse? 2 shopping carts? Mostly non-perishable items. Okay, yes. Clearly, she believes that the second coming is here. She's going underground, guys. She's filling it up. Filling up her bunker. And these are the large carts you find around big stores in the US like Walmart. I found out later he buys for a community center in this neighborhood and he fills up their pantry twice a year. Nice guy. All right then. He greeted me very politely and said the most dreaded words I could have heard that night. This will be a delivery. What does that mean? Is that bad? Just a quick break from the story to explain why this is so dreaded, especially on a day like today. When we get a delivery, the cashier would call a helper from the store to help bag the groceries. Usually people do their own bagging. Oh, got it. The bags would then be placed in plastic containers, and containers would then be placed on top of each other and taken to the back fridge until delivery. A regular delivery is between 3 to 5 crates. Each crate has a number, which I then have to input all of them into the computer along with correct delivery address and phone number, and print out the receipt and place copies in the crates. Even for a small delivery, this always takes extra time. Back to the story. Got it. And on your third day, fourth day, yeah. Big job, big job. This guy has 2 full carts and wants a delivery. I say, sure, no problem. Then I turn to everyone else in line and I'll let them know that this is a delivery and it will take just a bit longer than usual, and apologize for any delay this may cause. We always do this so customers will be aware of the delay and can move to another cache if they're in a hurry. This is when the line groans simultaneously. I don't blame them. I could see every one of them craning their necks to check out other lines and they all decided to stay. Let me guess, someone in line got annoyed about the wait. So I start scanning as fast as I can. I'm pretty good with numbers, so even though it's my 4th day, I remember many of the codes and things are moving rather quickly. I get to a point where the bagger can't keep up with all the items and the area to the left of me, where I place all the scanned items. That area is just a mountain of cans and bags and chips and whatnot. I can't even scan another item because they're falling back onto my scale. At this point, I stop and I ask if he wants help bagging. The customer and the bagger are both appreciative. Ooh, sorry, I kicked you. I didn't mean to, I swear, I just got long legs. And one of your legs is under my desk. Get it out of there! What, are you trying to play footsie with me? I'm taken, okay? Stop. 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 The customer and the bagger are both appreciative, and I help bag groceries for a few minutes. Just enough to clear some space so I can continue scanning items. This happens every few minutes. It gets full, I stop to help, I clear some space, and keep going. Sounds like a pretty decent system if you ask me. This is where the Karen comes into play. She's maybe early 40s, long brown hair, and looks nothing like a Karen, except for the way she was standing, with one hand on a hip. The Karen stance, are you ready? I can literally foresee someone getting a little sassy if their hands are on their hips. If either hand is on a hip, trouble is brewing. She's in my line, about 5 to 6 people in front of her still. This is the conversation that follows.
Hello? What are you doing?
Me not answering because I didn't think she was talking to me. I kept scanning.
Excuse me, what kind of a cashier are you? Why aren't you doing your job? Stop being lazy and do your job.
She screams at the top of her lungs. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm just trying to...
That is not your job. You are a cashier. Do your job. Do your job!
I realize now after reading so many Reddit stories that this would have been a perfect chance for some malicious compliance. I'm sure some of you hope that I did just what Karen wanted. Too bad I didn't know about it then. Or that it was my 4th day on the job. That's not what happened. Although I dream sometimes that I did just that. Sit back and sip my coffee until the space cleared for some more scanned items. You know, be a cashier next time. Like you were literally doing something to help move it along quicker. Me. I'm just helping to move things along faster. If this is a problem or you're in a hurry, feel free to move to another line. I'm sure another cashier will be more than happy to serve you. I may sound like I'm the a-hole with this line, but I said it really, really nicely, not sarcastic at all. Obviously, that didn't help. Karen, not listening anyway and having none of it,
just do your damn job! You are a cashier! What is wrong with you? Are you stupid? You should be fired!
Again, literally, it's not that serious. Like you're waiting, like, listen, nobody likes waiting in lines, okay? Waiting in lines is fucking terrible. But like, what is he supposed to do? And again, it's not that serious. You're waiting in line at a grocery store to check out your groceries. Just leave then. Just leave. Let her talk to a manager. I stop listening at this point and I don't answer as I'm still helping to bag and scan as fast as possible, knowing it's not gonna help anyway. However, I see one of my managers, let's call him Joe, walk up to Karen. Joe's great, by the way, always helping the workers.
What seems to be the problem here?
Your cashier is awful. She is lazy and not doing her job. You should fire her. Tell her to do her job. She's not doing her job.
She repeated that a few times like a broken record. Joe looks over at me for a second, understands exactly what is happening, turns to Karen and says,
Can't you see she's trying to help? She's trying to make this go much faster.
Now Karen starts screaming words, I'm assuming, but I couldn't really make them out. She was practically foaming at the mouth. Whoa, 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 whoa. What is the big goddamn deal? You're embarrassing yourself, Karen. This is embarrassing. Joe tries to calm her down by explaining or trying to how me bagging items is actually helping, and this makes Karen even more irate, if you can believe it. Spit flying from her mouth, arms flailing, screaming like a banshee. Suddenly, I notice an older woman, nice old lady, must have been around 80 years old, trying to get Karen's attention by tapping on her shoulder. It takes a few tries, but she finally gets her attention and spins her around by her shoulder. Nice old lady. Hey, Karen. Excuse me. Karen!
What?
Your daughter is crying. This is when the entire store seems to have stopped talking all at once. Like someone pressed mute and turned off the volume. The sea of people in front of me parts a bit, and we all look down to see a little girl who couldn't have been older than 4, clutching her mother's thigh, bawling her eyes out, snot coming out of everywhere, hyperventilating. This girl was terrified. And I can't blame her. Seeing her mother go off like that must have been terrifying. And she has no idea what's happening. She's in a huge store where she knows no one, and she's practically invisible. The silence lasted an entire 2 seconds because that's when Karen started yelling at Joe.
Look what you did! You and your stupid lazy cashier made my daughter cry.
No, bestie, I'm pretty sure you did that all on your own. Things happen in slow motion for the next few seconds. She starts to swing towards Joe. Whoa, 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 whoa! No swinging at Joe, okay? No swinging at Joe. She would have decked him right in the face if nice old lady hadn't grabbed her in a bear hug to stop her. Yes, she did. I had to pick my jaw up off the floor. At that point, other customers got involved, trying to peel off the nice old lady from Karen and stop Karen from trying to kill Joe. Literally, it's not this serious. It's not a big deal. Just be like everybody else when you see a massive line, okay? Just leave. Just leave. If you don't want to wait in that line, leave. The funny thing is, like, if you just kind of keep your head down and you let things move along, the workers would probably go a lot faster. But I've noticed that if I have someone breathing down my neck, the chances of me screwing up are probably a lot higher because I'm not focusing on my job. I'm focusing on getting yelled at. And not only that, it's just like it's hard to pay attention to what you're doing. So the best thing to do in that scenario is just keep your head low and things will move along. The worst thing that you can possibly do in that scenario is to yell at somebody. It's not gonna make it go any faster. At this point, I saw mall security storm the castle. Our store was inside a mall, and the sea of people just surrounded Karen, and I couldn't see much of anything anymore. Kind of like football players, where there's a fumble and they all jump on the ball. By the sound of yelling getting farther and farther away, I figured Karen was being led either to a back office or the mall security office. Mall jail, oh man. Not only are you not getting your groceries, but you also are gonna be in mall jail, Karen. How are you not embarrassed? This entire time this is happening, I'm still bagging and scanning items. And I'm about halfway through this customer's purchase. Wow, all of that and you're still only halfway through. I finish up with him with no more problems. He was very nice, thanked me profusely for helping with the bags, even though it technically wasn't part of my job. He said I was the fastest and nicest cashier he ever had the pleasure of meeting. Oh, that's nice. I was just happy to help. Well, I'm glad someone appreciates you. We also appreciate you, right, besties? No one else in my line complained. I actually got compliments from people about keeping my composure. Apparently, many cashiers in my country think it's okay to yell at customers and just be plain nasty. I worked in customer service for many years prior, and I've never yelled at a customer, even if they deserved it. Once the rush died down, I went for a break. I met another employee in the back room, and I started to tell him what just happened, and he cut me off, saying, "She was yelling at you?" I heard that. Well, everyone heard that, but I had no idea what was happening. He told me that the police were called, and Karen escorted out of the store and the mall in handcuffs. I filled him in on everything, and we spent 30 minutes laughing. I don't know what happened with the child. I'm assuming they called another family member to pick her up, right? Because the mom was in mall jail and then real jail. All because she didn't want to wait in a lineup. I also don't know what happened with Karen after that, since I ended up working there for another year and I never saw her again. She's probably banned from the store, honestly. Hopefully she learned to do her grocery shopping on Tuesday/Wednesday, or was possibly in prison or house arrest and then had to get her groceries delivered.
I know, I wanted to come and surprise you.
Oh God, I was like, what are you doing?
I brought you a gift. I come bearing, I actually brought you something.
What is that? Is that tea?
It's broth.
Hello, you.
I've never actually seen you film before.
Come back, say hi. This is my boyfriend.
I'm actually her housekeeper. I clean her house. So this is the petty studio.
This is the petty studio. Have you never been in here? I know you've been in here because I noticed that things were moved around and the window blinds were open the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're very pink today. Well, okay, I'll leave you to it. Bye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye. That's so cute. That's so cute.
Oh, so nice.
What I don't understand is if it's obviously like a thing for grocery stores to be super busy, you have to expect that if you show up on a Thursday or a Friday, that you're gonna have to deal with something like this. All of this could be avoided if you plan better. Your poor planning does not constitute an emergency for anybody else. Okay? As I sip my bone broth. Funny name for booner broth.
Vehicles are they?
Fair. Honestly, fair. It's the great thing about working the phone lines is that if you really don't want to talk to someone, you just fucking... Don't you wish that you could hang up on people in real life? Like, if someone's just, like, coming at you, just... No, that's a punch. I mean, like I was motioning... Sorry, maybe kind of punching, but... I meant to, like, just... Done. You're done. You're done. I hang up on this conversation. Oh, we've got a story time. I really want to know what the hell happened here.
Hello. I'm the girl from the video who hung up the phone on that nasty lady. There is no part 2 to this because I don't work there anymore, and no, I was not fired.
Oh, okay, good.
And
good,
this video is from over a year ago, but
okay.
I will give you a story time.
Goody, goody.
So Karen calls, pissed off at the world from the jump, needing 2 vehicles serviced. I worked at a dealership, but the dealership was split into 2 sides. You had the Honda side and the Chrysler Dodge Jeep side. Both had separate service departments. I was simply trying to ask her, what kind of vehicle do you need serviced? Meaning, do you have a Honda? Do you have a Jeep? Do you have a Toyota? Because depending on the answer depends on which place I send you. If she would have said Jeep, I was in the service department at the Jeep side, so I could have helped her, but she wouldn't give me an answer. I was talking to her for like 5 minutes. She was cussing at me the whole entire time, screaming at me, and you can hear her over the phone. And I even said, you know, if you keep speaking to me like this, I'm not going to listen to it. I'm going to hang up and whatever. Like, I gave her plenty of warnings. I was professional the whole entire time until that last little bit whenever she told me to shut up and she was just going to drive up there. Okay, ma'am, I'll see you when you get here. Bam.
Bye.
I also had paperwork in my lap. So when I hung up the phone, I immediately went back to doing my job. If she wanted to come up there and call the scene, I was ready for it. Because I'm just not the one. If you come at me with disrespect, I'm going to come right back at you. I don't care if it's over the phone, in person, whatever. You get what you give.
Period. That's what's up.
But that's pretty much it. Nothing exciting.
You know what is super exciting? I really like your accent. I'm just saying, if I met someone with that accent, I would not mess with them. Like, I would assume that they would have a gun. I know for certain if you have this accent, you have a gun. It's like a 99% chance. If you have that accent, you have a gun. What is that? Is it a Texan accent? Vehicle? If you say
Vehicle.
what part of the southern United States are you from? Remind me not to go there. No, not because I don't like the accent, because I'm afraid. I'm afraid of you and your guns. I used to tell people, I don't get paid enough for you to speak to me like that. Usually shock them into silence. I mean, nobody gets paid enough to speak to somebody like that. Like, literally no one. You could not pay me $1 million to willingly do that. The way you pronounce vehicle tickles my brain. It's so weird. I love it. Okay, vehicles. You could tell by the way that she smashed that phone that she wasn't going to be working there any longer. She's had it. She's done. She's done. But she did own that entitled Karen in 10 seconds or less, so. This is good.